Now, there's no doubt about it that by far one of the fan favorite characters within the Skywalker saga is, of course, Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader, that a lot of fans know and love from the prequel trilogy, the original trilogy, Rogue One, and even Star Wars Rebels. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one interesting aspect about the future of the Star Wars franchise is that we have, of course, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni focusing on the key characters, like I say, Darth Vader, Anakin, Luke, Ahsoka Tano, and others out there, that they really want to expand, especially Kenobi as well, getting his own TV show that's going to be labeled as an event series, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew this, but the Kenobi series is only going to be one season because it's an event series. So it's going to be treated more like a movie per se, with a 3-act structure. Now, given that Jon Favreau just ended Season 2, he actually did a great job on the Season 2 finale. I think it was very well written. Peyton did a great job directing. Dave Filoni also had a great hand in the final episode and how he treated the character of Luke Skywalker and more. However, what's really intriguing all has to do with Jon Favreau's approach to the future of the Star Wars universe, such as with the Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian Season 3, and, of course, Mandalorian Season 4, which is in the early development phase. So everything ranging from, project to project. Jon Favreau really does have a lot on his plate right now. He's a very busy man. He's pretty much working around the clock to make Star Wars as good as possible. Now, given that The Mandalorian is now over with Season 2, Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their new projects for their universe that will stay true to the Star Wars fandom. It's explained that Jon Favreau recently took part in an interview where he was questioned about the character of Grogu, where Favreau was able to explain that in future seasons for The Mandalorian, starting off with Season 3, fans will learn exactly the name of Yoda's species, and that Grogu will be the key to that answer. Favreau explains that George Lucas gave him the okay to mark his species going from unknown to setting up a major reveal for Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Not just that, but also Favreau went on to tease that Baby Yoda / Grogu will be a key that the remnants of the Empire are looking for that will serve as a big connection to a villain in the sequel trilogy movies, and that the search for Grogu and the blood he holds will stay strong in future seasons of Mando. Favreau continues to state that Grogu will also serve as a key to the future of the Jedi, and that the fans will be surprised of what he has in store for Luke and Grogu's training for Season 3 of The Mandalorian, hinting that Grogu will also meet another fan favorite character besides Luke in Season 3 of Mando. Now, let's stop right here for 1 second before we move on. Now, the thing about Grogu is that this is a character that really is being used as the center of attention, right? Basically, this character is extremely important to the overall structure of this era. And this era, we like to call it, the point in time in which the Empire is defeated and there's only remnants, to the infancy of the First Order and eventually the rise of the First Order. That's the entire evolution of this big era that's going to take place over the course of 30 years. And that's Jon Favreau's plan for The Mandalorian to go throughout the ages. Each and every season is going to have a pretty significant time jump, and we're going to be able to see the character of Mando evolve, the character of Grogu evolve, as well as other characters out there like Ahsoka Tano, Luke Skywalker, and others. So that's good. It seems like that they're keeping that true aspect of the movies where even the movies have time jumps. They want to actually do that with seasons and continually, continuing to actually do that from season to season. That to me sounds like what they're trying to do is that they're really trying to show the fans the true rise of the First Order, the infancy of the First Order, how it was all done and created. And that little clone that we actually got to see in the past couple of chapters, that most likely is Snoke, because I actually want to go back to one thing that Favreau was able to actually mention, is how Grogu is going to have a connection to a sequel trilogy villain. Now, we do know that his blood is very important. There's an obvious reason as to why. That's not fully answered just yet. We got an idea, but it's not 100% answered just yet. And that is going to be fully established in Season 3 and Season 4 of The Mandalorian. That's going to be very important by Jon Favreau. Now, with that being said, alright, some fans out there may very well have a problem with The Mandalorian getting connections to the sequel trilogy. I myself, I'm okay with it as long as they don't actually make it feel like the sequel trilogy, if that makes a lot of sense to you guys out there. I feel like that, you know, it's going to take time, but I am very much okay with what we have right now. Exploring the very beginning of this era that takes place, as of right now, 5 or so years after Return of the Jedi. You know, Season 3 is going to jump ahead, Season 4 is going to jump ahead, so eventually it seems as though that Jon Favreau wants to eventually go throughout maybe 15, 20 years, give or take, right around there, maybe, perhaps. I'm not quite certain that he's going to explore all 30 years of this era. I can't really see that, but we definitely will see a large chunk of this era explained. So like I've said before in the past, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.